Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. We got PL Coulter, Tasha T. Sizzle, and Michigan Mike softly caressing his national championship cup.
Not the
Uh,
soft caresses.
right. I feel like I need to buy a vowel. Okay, is that? Hey, what's our favorite show from Price is Right? My boy be hiking on it. I'm like, you know that rice aroni don't cost no $3.
But you know what? I found out they set the prices off of California prices. That's why everything is so high on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Tasha? And the thing is, I can't wait for y'all that check us out after we do the live recording for y'all to catch that nugget. I did not know that. That makes sense. That's why Wash and Dry set is like $4,000 on the Showcase Showdown.
Yes.
Go watch that documentary.
Hey, what documentary? Don't hold back.
Yeah, there's a documentary to where a guy figured it out and he like memorized all the prices, went on there and won everything.
But
Mike, you need a streaming device in the chat, in the group chat on Instagram.
All right, I'll look it up.
The thing is, do you really need, after all those years the Price is Right has been on air, do you really need a documentary to know that everything is overpriced, whether you knew the reason or not?
I knew the stuff was overpriced, but my strategy was just to bid $1. I mean, $1. I don't give a damn.
It's on Peacock. It's on Sling. It's called Perfect Bid.
Perfect Bid. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check that out. Since there's no Michigan Wolverines to watch during March Madness, I'm going to digress. All right. Tosh, Mike, y'all ready to talk some football?
Are you ready for some? Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, let's start here. Right after we got off the show last week, it seems like it always happens as soon as we finish taping some news breaks. But right after we got off the show last week, we see reports start to surface that Russell Wilson, of all people, was the first name to drop in a new place. Looks like he's signing he actually did sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, a team-friendly one-year deal for the veteran minimum of $1.05 million. The Denver Broncos, his former team, is picking up the rest of that tab. Sounds like a good deal for the Steelers. Now, T. Sizzle, let me come to you since you love to bet on black. And I got some extra questions for you about that, too, for something you said in the chat earlier this week. And I want answers right here on live.
I say so much, so I have no idea what it could possibly
Right,
be.
even Mike is like, well, what did she say? She really does go off. Good morning, Melanie Taylor. You all are looking beautiful with your crestful smiles.
Hey,
glad to have you
one
on
minute
board.
before we start, Mel, ask Morgan to show you that photo. I don't know if she showed you or not. She was seriously thinking about it.
Good morning, Miss Martrice Hastings. You're just in time for Tasha to backtrack on something that she's been saying for months and years on the show. And we want to see if she can get her cornerback pedal on because I got questions, but we're going to start with this one, Tasha. Now, we're talking for y'all that are just checking us out. We're talking about Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I want to know from you, Mike and Tasha, starting with UT Sizzle, what is the more likely scenario by season's end of this upcoming season? That Russell Wilson made the Pittsburgh Steelers look like a genius, or Russell Wilson made the Pittsburgh Steelers look like fools by picking him up after his tumultuous time in Denver? Tasha.
I think he's going to make them look like geniuses. Not saying that I believe getting Russell on your team is going to get you to the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. But even though I had Kenny Pickett on my fantasy team, I didn't pick him because, I thought he was great. I picked him because he was getting good numbers because he had George Pickens at that time.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett, in my opinion, when he was drafted, was too high. He should not have been drafted as high as he was. And the fact that they just shipped the boy off to the Eagles kind of lets you know that maybe they weren't all in on him either. But I think Russell may get them over that hump of not, I love the fact that Tomlin has never had a losing season, but dude, you can't keep living on that.
Right.
I think Russell
and we're right here. Keep going.
Russell can possibly get them over that playoff win or that playoff loss hump where they haven't won a playoff game in it's been 6 years or so?
It's been a minute. Yes.
Playoff game.
Right.
I think he boosts. I think overall he boosts the team and makes them better because now you have somebody that you know is going to throw that can make decent decisions. You have your weapons. You got you got Najee at running back. You got Pickens.
Yes.
You got the other wide receiver. And you have a quarterback that's not going to be scared to stay in the pocket, make good decisions. If he needs to tuck in and run, Russ has that ability to do that as well.
I totally agree. Mike, same question. Will this move make Pittsburgh look like a genius or a fool by this time next year?
Yeah, I agree with Tasha. I think a genius. I mean, he didn't play bad. Like, if anything, he's not going to be like a MVP candidate. I don't think that's the case, but I don't think that's what he's hired to do. I think he's supposed to make them competitive, which I think he can do, and be able to get other pieces around so that when the time comes and this new quarterback comes through, they'll be ready.
Right. Now, to Mike's point, I mean, he had like 26 touchdowns and 6 interceptions last year for Denver. That was not bad. I mean, there was a lot of things that went on early in that season that was not his fault. I mean, if your defense,
and that's with the coach not believing in you too.
Right. Sean Payton's just been proven to be an asshole in public.
Right. It was a lot of toxicity that was going on in Denver, and all of us either have a job or have had jobs, and you understand that the way that your manager treats you has a lot to do with the way that you produce at that job. Wait a minute. Do we need to put this in the chat? What's she see? OMG. Me and Mike want to see.
It's bad, Mel. It's awful. It's a shame.
Me and Mike want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm about to pull out the rap picture if I don't see.
Nice. Now, Tasha, back to you real quick on the Kenny Pickett front. You brought that up in your opening salvo. He was traded to the Eagles, which tells me one or two things. One, it tells me that either it's the Russell show, we want to get all of the distractions out the way. Hey, Russell, this is your show. Or B, something that you kind of alluded to yesterday in the chat. Could this possibly be opening up a roster spot for Justin Fields to trade and get him? Tasha, would you go Justin Fields or would you go with a free agent out there like a Ryan Tannehill as a backup to Russ?
No, we ain't doing no Ryan Tannehill, nothing.
As a backup.
Justin has, to me, more upswing. I just think he got a raw deal in Chicago. And you see now they're trying to put pieces in place. They're picking up other, receivers and something. Still not getting any defense, still not getting an O-line. So whoever the Bears have at quarterback is going to struggle. I don't put all of that on Justin Fields. And I've said this, since he's been there. It's not all his fault. I think it's, as an organization, it's the Bears' fault for not putting him in a position to win. Just like with what's his name at Carolina, Bryce Young. They're not putting pieces around Bryce Young to succeed or to look better than he did. Mike put it in the chat when he was like, "Oh, I thought he was going to the Raiders." I actually would like him at the Raiders too.
I would too, Tasha, and I want you to continue your thought. But when he said that, it sent me to scramble mode. I went to go look to see, and actually this morning I saw where Jimmy Garoppolo, who was the starter for the Raiders,
he was released.
Right? No, I'm saying he just signed with the Rams, and so like he did.
Again, y'all, and now I'm getting ready to get on my soapbox. How in the hell y'all keep recycling these pieces of shit ass quarterbacks? But you got quarterbacks to show good promise, but just need a good situation around them. But y'all want to just throw them out and let the garbage man come pick them up and take them off to the landfill.
Rams, what are you doing? Like, I'm mad about Mason Rudolph, but we'll get to the Titans a little bit later. Mike, jump in here. Now, is Justin Fields the best fit for the Raiders, or is that just where you think makes the most sense? Or where did you get your Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I saw it come through of like most likely scenarios, and I was like, oh yeah, that works. Like that gives them a good environment. That gives them pretty much like an NFL experience. You got talent around you, and I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, to Tasha's point, I think man, I feel like everyone's trying to get this discounted deal, and I don't know how much the Garoppolo deal is. So maybe it's for a sandwich. Then yeah, I would put him. I would give him a sandwich to be a backup or third string quarterback.
Because didn't the Ravens just get Gardner Minshew? They signed Minshew, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew is going to be Gardner Minshew or Justin Fields.
I'm given the right situation, I'm
gonna get Minshew.
I'm gonna take Justin Fields, but not as a come out starter. Minshew is a journeyman. We know that, but when Minshew is in there again, in the proper situations, he wasn't that bad when he was at Jacksonville. He looked damn good when he was with the Colts. So
the Colts balled out last year. If you have my opinion, with him,
I would have Minshew, and then I would get Fields and maybe have him sit, which is something he may not want to do. But at this point, I think it's his only option, especially with the Falcons picking up a damn Kirk Cousins, who they paid all this damn money to.
Yeah, that Falcon's gonna be a good team.
Hey, look, that's a tease,
really? And you got an 89-year-old quarterback coming off and kiss what
I need you to. We need you. No, we team your boy over here. We change.
And now the Falcons are going on my list of I don't trust no team quarterback by a Kirk Cousins.
Oh, this is going to be a fun storyline this year, Mike, because
I'll make sure to put it on the pick'em then.
I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Mike. Good morning to my favorite culture women, Angela and Stephanie, on the chat. She said Atlanta gonna cut up. Look, he built for this. He gonna be down in Strokers. He gonna be at Club One Tweezy.
What he gonna do? Man. Have a good season and then not win a playoff game, because that's what he does.
Look, no. Well, I don't want to digress because that segment is coming up. Because we have to talk Kirk Cousins, because me and Mike love us some Kirk. I think he's going to go down there and turn Atlanta out with a $3 hot dog. So fill them stands. Come down and see Kirk Cousins.
$3? I'm trying to pay $1. Are you talking about?
Y'all
you got some corporate suites.
Y'all heard what Yankee Doodle Dandy said on that 4th and 1 podcast. Paying him that amount of money is absurd for a quarterback that has never done anything. Y'all know who Yankee Doodle Dandy is. Cam Newton. Fell in his trap.
Cam.
No, we don't forgave you, bro.
We don't forgave you, bro, for whooping up on them little kids out there in that park. You need to sit this one out, bro, because first of all, Kirk Cousins, I can't knock this man for being the Jay-Z of the NFL. He knows where the money is. He knows how to get that money. He is Hard Knock Life 2.0. That man has made more money in the NFL than Tom Brady, and Tom Brady played 20-something years.
And not to not do nothing. But another thing Cam said, I'm not to cut you off, but I'll forget it if I don't say it.
Go ahead.
He said he also believes Kirk Cousins keeps getting these deals, and this is what a lot of these young athletes, not just NFL players, need to listen to Cam on. He said he believes he gets that money because you don't hear a damn thing about him off the field. He's not in any trouble. You don't hear his name in no tabloids. Mm-hmm. You don't see him on TMZ. Right. That's one of the and when he
pulls a Paul Coulter, clock in, clock out.
Right. Hey, Mike, who taught me to clock in, clock out? That was one Miguel. Look, when you got a manager as a best friend and a take no prisoner shit talker as a sister in Tasha, you gotta combine them both and become a corporate monster. He told me to clock in, get my money, and get the hell out of there, and that's what I do. Like they call me Good Morning at work. Speaking of good morning, Kenny, man. Good morning, Miss Hastings. Good morning, Chi-Town. Michael Harris in the building. Okay, look like he's about to go to Freaknik on the picture. We see you, Mike.
Mike, you missed our whole Chicago Bears segment I just gave.
Right, you got to run that. The Kirk's agent is the real MVP, and so is Kirk. He's loved by his teammates. You saw them on the plane when they threw them chains around him. Like, sign me up for Kirk Cousins. If he could have played for Tennessee, I would have shipped Will Levis' ass down to Atlanta so fast it would have made your head spin. You mean that ACL, right? Woo! Make your head pop off. That ACL is not needed because he ain't running no 40 at his age. The quarterback documentary on Netflix, Tasha, you got to watch it because you're going to fall in love with Kirk Cousins.
We discussed it already, and I said that because Mike was like, after seeing that, it made me like Kirk
Cousins. I love Kirk Cousins after watching that.
It didn't move the needle on me because he ain't winning.
Now, see, this is a mic drop right here. Keeping it business on and off the field over foolish talent. You hear that, Ja Morant? Ja, you hear that? while we 23 and 53 in the NBA because you want to flash a gun on IG, y'all got to rein me in right now.
You know what? I got to bring it back. I got to bring it back to what Tasha was saying. How like,
back,
well, he didn't really do nothing. I was like, but we in the age where we're going from Brady to Mahomes. Not that many quarterbacks have done anything. You know, like it, like
right. Hey, when Mike starts doing this, you know he's in his bag and he had a good night's sleep. Shouts out to the sleep doctors. I cannot wait for my package today. Now, Denise has a request, and since she's an official sponsor of the Extra Point, Tasha, Mike, can you please give her a 30-second recap on Russell to the Steelers? Will they look like geniuses or will they look like fools from this move, Tasha?
I said they would look like geniuses because they've already shipped Kenny Pickett off to the Eagles, and that putting Russell on the team gives them a different dimension that maybe they can possibly win a playoff game because he got two weapons. Sasha, what's the receiver? I think his name is Johnson. You got the
Deontay Johnson.
And then you got George Pickens, you got Najee Harris, and you know the defense, you're gonna have what's his name? TJ Watt coming back from injury. You got Minkah Fitzpatrick. If he's, as long as Minka's not injured, which he keeps injuring his hamstring for whatever reason, they got the defense, and you got Joey Porter Jr. on, at the cornerback, so they're going to be good. They're going to be good.
And he's got Pat Fryerbrun, who's an underrated yet talented tight end that you need in today's NFL.
Yes.
No, Mike says, "Dang, I missed the Bears." What we're really saying is you're going to be stuck with Justin Fields after draft night. Basically, you're going to have two quarterbacks in your quarterback room that's going to be looking at each other.
Okay, Kevin Gates. I got two quarterbacks.
Right. Right. He hit the money button like in Players Club. Yes. When Kirk Cousins walk in that strip club, that red light gonna go off in the basement, and they're gonna get their little mist together and spray their chestises and all of that. I'm Team Kirk. Damn it. Every Kirk has been a great man. Remember Captain Kirk? Wasn't he a great man too?
I didn't watch. I'm not as Trekkie, so I don't know.
Me neither. I'm a Star Wars guy. She says, damn near goat. I agree. So, yeah, now we're going to get a little more in-depth with Chicago, Mike, as we get closer to the draft, because we're going to bring on one Damian Coulter and put his ass in the hot seat to talk to us about these Bears, because he been getting on Mike all last year talking about you keep picking against my team. So we need to see this face-off.
Y'all didn't give us anything to pick them. they do have Mr. Simone Biles. He just signed. So they did pick him up.
No, that man has a name. Don't call him Mr. Simone Biles. That's not cool.
I mean,
although nobody knows who he is outside of that.
But okay. I love me some Simone Biles.
Now, since the gang is all here, let's talk royalty for just a second. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, out of respect for the king, this is my last time wearing this jersey. It will go on this wall. The next time you see it, it will be hanging on the wall. With the other great.
I hope you're not gonna culturally appropriate the Houston Oilers and put that Oilers color, the homecoming jerseys on that they always get their ass kicked when they wear.
Now look, Mission College, look. That was an embarrassing moment that got our coach fired. Have y'all noticed that all of my favorite teams' coaches have been fired this year? I'm having a very bad year. God bless you, Jim Harbaugh and the University of Michigan football team for saving my whole sports season.
The Rangers kept the GM.
And the Browns gave Vrabel a bone, so they just threw him a bone. But although that looks
like, my team's won on the.
But that looks rather Doc River-ish, if you're asking me.
All right. So the king done packed up his throne. He done moved it over to Baltimore. Natasha, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to turn y'all volume up on this one because I got a really pressing question to ask Tasha. First of all, wait a minute. Now, don't pull her changer. Well, good morning, Mr. Glenn. So he's finally got a legit shot at the chip. We had him in an AFC championship game. We had a 10-point lead in the second half.
He said legit. Key word in that sentence is legit.
I'm not gonna knock that. Kenny. Don't gas her up. Like, don't do. You see the picture of Rand Carthon, Chef Boy-Rand. We about to get to it. Just give me one more segment, Kenny. Now, the king. You two last week at the bewilderment of me and one Stephen Hasso said that Baltimore will be the better fit. Baltimore is the team that signed him. Tasha, You're obviously ecstatic about this move for Derrick Henry, correct?
Yes. I remember I told you, I said, whatever team King Henry goes to is going to become my favorite.
Okay, so Mike, with that being said, now we're gonna leave that there, Mike, because I saw your eyes raised. I didn't know if it was for Michael's comment or Tasha's. We're gonna find out here in just a second. But I want to ask you this, Tasha. So since you went on Facebook the other day and said that you Ravens flock, have you turned on Always Bet on Black? Are you no longer ABOB with the Steelers? Who's
No,
your
what did
team?
I
Say
say?
it right now.
What did I say? I said it's always going to be #we are. But with the Kane, with Henry, man, look, I'm gonna call it the AFC North. You got to go through Baltimore to get it.
Mike, does this make Baltimore the team to beat in the AFC?
I'm gonna say no, because what we learned is the Chiefs still got the trophy. You know, like every time we doubt them, they still come out the boo doo doo, and then so it's still the Chiefs
Until proven otherwise.
until you got right, until you beat them. You want to beat the champ, got to beat the champ.
Yep, that is true. Now, and that goes for the University of Michigan too. I know we got a new coach. I know we got a new staff. But until somebody knock us out of that damn playoff in January, you refer to us as the champions. Are we understood? Are we clear here? Oh, okay. I wanted to sound like a
Crystal.
Stephanie says she rocking her 22 at MNT Stadium. I would too. And I would rather him go to Dallas, but I am happy that he's going to Baltimore for this reason. The only thing that I want for him now is a Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And in order to do that, he's going to need more national televised games, which he will get with Baltimore. He's going to get a lot of eyeballs on him. If he can put together another 1,512 touchdowns and maybe win a Super Bowl, then I think that would cement him. Mike, you shaking your head.
Especially, like, I don't know if this was a cause and effect, but especially since Dallas seems like they're unloading their offensive line right now. So it's like, are they now that they knew that they lost and they don't have any Saquon or Derrick Henry, are they like refreshing this year? Because that would have sucked. They lost their offensive line.
Wait
yeah, Tyron Smith, he signed with the Jets on a 1-year deal for those who may not be keeping up on that. So he's gone. And Travis Frederick, I mean, he doesn't have too many more mile tread left on that tire. His check engine light stays on. He stays hurt a lot. Now, real quick, let's back up. Michael Harris says, I would keep Fields number 1 pick, wide receiver non-pick of LT. So you would rather keep both? You can't have both quarterbacks in that quarterback.
They're picking no wide receiver at number 1. Come on.
Why? To get, again, they are giving Fields the Lamar treatment, and I don't like it.
His market has gone down. Everybody's got a quarterback now.
I don't like it. Lamar had the leverage because he is that boy. So he had a little leverage. I don't like how they're treating Fields in these circumstances. Why would you keep this boy? You want to bring in Caleb Williams again, which I'm not sold on. What are you going to do?
And that's fair.
Let Caleb Williams come in, sit, and then pull Justin Fields and let Caleb take over the reins, and then just have this boy sitting on the bench.
Let him be Denard Robinson. Hell, he liked to run the ball all the time. Hell, line him up in the backfield.
I mean, I don't like the way they're doing Fields because, again, Fields has shown me that he can be a decent quarterback given a good system. They keep letting garbage trail out there, get up under center, and get a check. But
we signed Mason Rudolph as a backup to Will Levis. To your point.
And when it comes to Justin Fields, y'all saying the boy ain't no good. Like what? Like I don't get it.
That's a dicey situation for Chicago for real. And Kenny, man, you are absolutely correct. Hang on to that thought because I want to get into that in our Cowboys section. Now, Gerald says, I believe the Bears are asking for too much for Fields in a trade. Well, I mean, when you look at somebody, and I'm going to use Mike as an example. Somebody who's cutthroat and analytical from a business standpoint. Once he saw the wave of quarterbacks move, once he saw Russ to Pittsburgh and Kirk to Atlanta, I'm like, that first round pick you asked for, call me back when it's a 3rd or a 4th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other guy of similar ilk, he was drafted in the top 5. The kid from New England, he went for a 6th round pick.
Right.
He got traded for a 6th round pick. He was a top 5 pick. So you want me to give you a what for Justin Fields? Bears, wrong place, wrong time to have the number 1 pick and a quarterback you're trying.
That's why I think they should just keep Fields and trade down, give their Caleb Williams up, and then get 2 picks.
Right, but everybody's so sold on Caleb Williams. I'm not.
Nah.
Maybe they're
I'm-
seeing stuff that we don't see. I'm not sold on him. Like you said, keep Fields, build around him. Let Caleb Williams go to Washington where his coach is. Let him go there.
And you're saying maybe go down a few slots and still pick up a quarterback, or just run with Fields?
We're saying keep Fields and just pick
Yeah.
up pieces that you need. Or
Yeah.
trade some up. Yeah, get some veterans in there. The boy needs a line, point blank, period, and he needs some defense. So y'all think just putting Caleb Williams in there is gonna make the difference when there's still no line?
Now Caleb Williams will have DeAndre Swift, and he will have Keenan Allen from the Chargers. I know Keenan is getting long in the tooth, but he had a great season last year. Now Bears fan checks in. He says that's true. Keep Fields, trade down, get 2 picks. I agree. Okay. See what Tasha and Mike did? They just solved your issue right there.
But this is the thing: the Bears fans are saying exactly. Mike and Damie are Bears fans. They are saying exactly this. It's the damn GMs and everybody else that is saying get rid of him. But again, we don't know. It could be a reason why they're not moving Fields. They still have him there. We don't know what's going to. We hear that noise. It could be the Bears have.
Oh, that noise is so glorious. One more time. You run to the TV when you hear that. You're like, oh, somebody's picking.
Like we don't know. They could. It could be a draft day trade scenario.
Yes.
We don't know.
And you all are talking me over to your side, and that's true too, Jarrell. You're talking me over to your side because I remember how many backup quarterbacks got playing time last year. Like, wasn't it like 18 or 19 of the 32 quarterbacks went down last year? Like, there was some pretty bad quarterback play. If you still got him on a rookie contract, keep him one more year and then move him next year when the quarterback class isn't as stout as this year. I don't think you have to do it now. Right, as the NFL turns. Me and Mike were talking about this earlier this week. That we got college basketball tournaments. We got the NBA is winding down to the playoff run, and all we can talk about is the NFL. They're kings. Like Henry. So one last thought on Henry, you two. Let's say he does another 2,000 yards in Baltimore, or over his 2-year deal, he wins 1 or 2 Super Bowls. Who should lay claim to send him into the Hall of Fame, the Titans or the Ravens? What should he go in as, a Raven or a Titan, if he wins the Super Bowl? Mike, if you ain't going to say it, then mute yourself.
I mean, actually, NFL players do not go in team specific. They go in as a player with their accolades. Because you notice the bus has no hat. Major League Baseball, they have hats with their teams on it. NFL doesn't go in as a team specific. But if, when he goes back, when it's like, okay, we're putting you in the ring of honor, I don't know how Baltimore would put him in the ring of honor with 2 years.
Okay. All right. Mike, do you agree? And
I agree.
said, hey, don't play.
Yeah, I agree. I think in football, it's notorious for retiring with that team. I think Emmett did that, right? He came back for like a day, but didn't really go on
one day. Yeah.
Right.
And Jerry Rice did too, didn't he?
Yeah, he signed a one-day contract with the Niners and retired as a Niner.
Look, we don't have many busts in Canton. Don't do this to us, NFL. Like, don't do this, Derek. You come back and because Henry always going to be known as a Titan. Thank you, Mr. Glenn, because I need to. It's okay. So, all right, the people are showing love because I want to take this jersey off and hang it in the Raptors with a good feeling that this will be a Hall of Fame jersey one day.
But let's go back. It's like we see these players in the NFL, and sometimes, they come in the NFL and you really sometimes you don't know where they are. But do you guys remember actually watching Derrick Henry at Alabama?
Saw him live. I saw him live against Texas A&M. I sat there in them stands. Me and Drew Merriman was like, "What in the hell is
standing next to Ingram?"
Right. Remember him standing next to Ingram in the national championship game, just fun them. Now, Derek, I know you done moved on, but I don't want you to forget where you came from because you went to the one and only franchise that would have put you in a position to run the ball 756 times in a season to get all these numbers. Like you were the man in Tennessee. Tennessee didn't even pull we're gonna call it a whole move and franchise tag you to hold you up another year.
During the decline of the running back.
During the decline of the running back. Come on, Mike, you preaching.
Let me read this, and I want y'all to tell me if this is hate, because y'all know this fellow who is a friend of the show is always coming through with hate, and so y'all know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yes. What you got?
Look, what you say? What Wayne say? So when I put that post up,
what Wayne say?
When I put that, and I'm gonna say hashtag here we go, hashtag we are as Penn State. I'm sorry. He's like, oh, don't do that. You'll be disappointed. When I said I would be. So was that hate towards the king, or was it?
Yes.
Because and so what I told him, I said, man, whatever. He has a line and 2 fullbacks, which is what I put in our group chat. I said he's gonna run rampant. I said, and Lamar doesn't have to run as much either.
He sat here in the panel and told us to trade Derrick Henry like 3 years ago. Wasn't it like 2-3 years ago? He wasn't sold on Henry. Henry, all he did was run for 2,500 yards and 27 touchdowns since then. We love you, Wayne. Sorry about them cats last night. I thought y'all had it. Okay, all right.
Don't even get me started on Notre Dame. See, y'all.
No, don't get Mike started on Notre Dame. Good Lord Jesus. Let's flip over to the Titans, because the Titans, they didn't waste any time in moving on from King Henry. I love the way that split happened. It was amicable. Both sides were complimentary to each other on the way out. Tennessee signed the first running back off the board at the opening of the tampering period. They brought in Cowboys running back Tony Pollard on a 3-year deal, $8 million a year. It's pretty much team friendly. They also signed Calvin Ridley to bolster the wide receiver position. They also signed the top center in free agency, which was Lloyd Cushenberry. The guy was the second-rated center in Pro Football Focus in the entire league in run block rate and sacks allowed, on a team that gave up over 100 sacks the last 2 years combined. So I'm feeling good, but y'all know I'm going to feel good. Let's go to some more objective people named Michigan Mike and T Sizzle. Mike, you're unmuted. You start first. What letter grade would you give the Titans for their offseason so far?
I'm gonna give it an A+.
Hey!
I like the whole change of demeanor, I guess I would say. It's more of like an attack stance rather than just like, I'm gonna sit back and see what gets wasted to me and I'm just picking the leftovers. Like, no,
Titans mentality that we always talked about.
Titans are acting like the pit bull over there. I'm like, I'm gonna eat where I'm gonna eat, and then y'all can get the leftovers. So I like that.
Tasha, where that grade at? Come on with that grade, pleb.
What did I put in the chat? Well, we're talking about the moves they made. I'm going to give them an A-.
Okay.
Simply, that's still 4.0.
Yeah,
yeah. We still graduate with honors.
A-/B+.
No.
Wait. Simply because look at Pollard's inefficiencies with the Cowboys. He's going to face those same things with the Titans because they have no line. Derrick Henry, with no line, could still bust up the middle. I don't see Tony Pollard having that type of effect as a King Henry, but no one is Derrick Henry. Let's just put that out there. No one is Derrick Henry.
That's true.
So I'm going to give them an A-/B+. I'm kind of vacillating between that. But like I put in the chat, they've got to get damn near every team needs an O-line, almost, if you just really look at it. They need a line, and they're going to have to open up holes for Pollard because the Titans don't have a fullback, do they? Not many teams still have fullbacks.
Derrick Henry was the fullback.
He was the fullback, the running back, the H-back, the halfback, the everything.
The Titans O-line right now, I think the Titans O-line right now is better than the Cowboys O-line.
Mike, can you retweet that? I'm gonna retweet that one more time.
For real though, like Titans O-line right now is better than the Cowboys if we look at it. I think historically, us football fans have known Cowboys to always have a good line, but then you start looking at it, you're like, no, I don't know if that's the case. So I don't know about I know we'll talk about it. I don't know about what the Cowboys are doing. So
yeah,
nobody does, Mike, and that's why we need to talk about that here coming up in just a second. Now, Tasha, I agree with everything that you said about that, and all of that is fair because the offensive line is still a work in progress. Now, hopefully, by the end of the draft, we will have alleviated your fears about that because we do have the 7th pick. Joe Alt should be there at 7 if there's going to be a run on quarterback. So you get your left tackle. They got their left guard at number 11 last year. You got your center locked in for 4 years. So you got the whole backside of Levis secured. Now, right tackle and right guard is still an issue, and you do have to have 5 up front. So there's still work to be done. As far as how they will use Pollard, now Pollard still had 1,000 yards last year, although it was a step back from 2 years ago when he had Ezekiel Elliott with him. But we have to remember that Tajay Spears will be coming into his 2nd year, and he split carries with Derrick Henry last year, and he had over 1,000 scrimmage yards, which is hard to imagine somebody playing behind Derrick Henry having 1,000 scrimmage yards. I think they're both interchangeable, and I think the biggest thing for the Titans offense with Pollard as opposed to Henry, we're not tipping our hand every time Henry comes on the field of what we're about to do because he's not going out for no pass route and things of that nature.
Is Levis a left-handed or right-handed quarterback?
He's a right-handed quarterback.
Okay, yeah, so y'all definitely going to need a guard because that's his blind side. You definitely
See, we talk football here on the extra point. Now, he said Pollard will be fully healthy from that leg injury and have a good season. From your lips to God's ears to the football gods in the heaven above, amen. Now, I want to go back to something Kenny said about Rand Carthon, and he took a lot of heat when Vrabel wanted to overthrow and form a coup and get him thrown out last year, and Amy Adams Strunk said, "No, you got the role." This is an actual quote on the radio. We saw this together. They asked him about the Calvin Ridley signing because Tennessee wasn't originally mentioned as a suitor, and then out of nowhere he signs with them. So they asked Rand Carthon, "Well, how was you able to get this done behind the scenes?" He said, "Real G's move in silence like lasagna." Sign me up for that, GM.
We know where he came from. We know where he came from. You're welcome.
Thank you, San Fran.
You're welcome.
Since you're doing that, Brandon, you go and send him over to us on the team friendly.
We trying to keep him. Debo done changed his number back to his South Carolina number. We need IU. We still need him.
I saw on social media that he changed his number to 1 because that's how many good seasons he's had in his career.
Dang.
See, I done forgave you. I was out here trying to pump up your Itans because ain't no king. You know when the king ain't there, they the Itans. Okay.
I apologize. No. Let me apologize because I was begging her to let us be her side team in the AFC this year, and she said, "As wet as you talk about my 49ers, never." And then I come out here and I do something like this. So, Christina, I want you to be my witness that I apologize, don't wax.
This why you can't have nice things.
It is, and I'm sorry. That was
you do right.
Right.
When I asked you,
I didn't say nothing. See, I'm chilling. I'm gonna let the Eagles fly. You know.
She grabbed that knife and she said, "Did I ever ask you for anything?" Okay.
Not even your hand in marriage. All right, here we go. Now, speaking of marriage, this has been a rocky one with me and these damn Cowboys this offseason. Now, Jerry had me come on here a few weeks ago, all fired up about being all in for 2024. Mike, put that popcorn down.
Mike, give me a little bit of that popcorn if you don't mind.
Dad gummit. And yes, we're about to be a passing team for the first time. To Mike's point, y'all stop that. Oh, that looked delicious. Oh, it has some salt on it. I digress. I ain't had no breakfast, y'all. Right. Thank you, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Yeah, hook me up. Give me some. Thank you, Mike. I ain't had no breakfast. So, Jerry said we were all in on that bus down there in Montgomery during the Senior Bowl. However, we ain't made not a nary move. Not a creature was stirring. Not even the Cowboys. They ain't signed no backup running back. They ain't signed no backup receiver. They ain't signed no backup nothing. They ain't signed nobody.
No, they got the long snapper. No. They re-signed the long snapper.
Mike, why are you stressing me out? Now, you signing the long snapper is some old Titan stuff. When we would be happy about signing the long snapper. That's not the long snapper. Really, Mike?
I mean, you want me to go over the Eagles moves real quick? I got them right here.
Go ahead.
All right. So the Eagles got, a little background on their linebackers. They got 3 new linebackers. They got Devin White as a big one. They also got Gardner Johnson. They got wide receiver Devontae Parker. What? They got Saquon. They got Saquon Barkley.
Now Spotify, when you hear this pause, it's because Tasha's looking like, Paul, you mad? And Mike is sitting there with a sheepish Cheshire cat grin on his face, and I'm sitting here pouting because I didn't know they signed Devin White. Oh my God. Jerry, you know what? You're going in that damn coffin a loser if you don't fix this. Now, Tasha, did Jerry lie to me? Because he wasn't talking to y'all. He was talking to Cowboys fans. Did he lie to me about this all in?
I don't think he did. Because didn't Steven just come out and say basically what old Gerald was saying? They're all in. They're going all in on the current players. But
where's the extensions then?
But you still have yet to go all in with them. And like they said, you have CeeDee Lamb, who I think needs to be paid first. But what is CD doing? He's waiting on that wide receiver market. You got to see what Justin Jefferson gets.
Exactly.
Him and Justin,
you spitting. You got to wait on Justin Jefferson to reset the market.
Right. Yeah. Because if Justin Jefferson get 30, CD going to want 31, 32. That's just how it is.
I'm going to need 32.
So I think when he said all in, he meant all in on his current team.
Tasha, thank you. Thank you for talking me off the ledge. Because when Mike said Devin White, I want to knock this microphone off the table.
But also, you have, when is the time when they can cut veterans?
June 1st.
So maybe he's going to go after veterans come up in June. You never know.
Mike, are you laughing at the Cowboys right now?
I'm laughing at the Cowboy fans is what I'm laughing at. Now I talked to you when I because of course I'm in Dallas, so I listen to the fan, and of course they're Cowboy fans, and so everybody was calling in, they're talking about, man, F this team, I ain't watching this team no more.
That was my break.
So I called Paul and I was like, Paul, what's the deal? Like, why are they acting this way? Like this is something new. Like this is what Cowboys do. They don't really do anything and then they draft. Like, I don't really know what they're doing. I think they're overreacting. I agree with you, Paul. I think that he was talking about all in, like this is either our team or not going to be our team, right? So it's like, we're going to give you everything that y'all want, that you're saying, re-sign CD. We're going to get some draft picks to fill in that offensive line and see what it does.
Now, to Kenny's point, and he said this earlier in the chat, Derrick Henry at his introductory press conference, now here we go. Now see, this is what it is. Cowboy Rage is real love. Christina, that's a mic drop. That is a mic drop. Like, my rage is my passion, is my love, because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it.
But who's going to run the ball? That's what I want to know.
Mike, you just read my mind, because Derrick Henry in his introductory press conference, he said out of his own mouth, and I could not believe he said this wearing a purple suit. He said, well, Dallas didn't call. They didn't call at all. And he said, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. AKA, I was waiting on y'all to call me. That's why Derrick was one of the last free agents to sign. Remember, I was talking to y'all about what's taking Derrick so long.
He said.
Usher, you don't have to call.
What do you do, Mike? What do you do with his phone?
He said, hello? Making sure it works,
You don't have to call. It's okay, girl, because I'm going to be all right tonight.
That's exactly what Harbaugh told him when he called him. Like, they ain't got to call. It's okay, because you're going to be all right tonight. You're going to look good in that purple. And now my worst fears have come to fruition. You mean to tell me we got to go through one of our greatest players of all time to get to the Super Bowl when you know good and damn well he's going to run for 352 yards on 7 attempts against us? Like, you saw what A.J. Brown did against us.
The Ravens are the Titans North, so,
They are the Titans North from the early 2000s with a complete defense, a competent coaching staff, and some stability in the front office. Like, they are the early Titans, not these.
Titans. Chris Johnson. Yeah.
They get all the Titans players and have them.
And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all supposed to be better than us. Why y'all keep in true Cowboy fashion? This Rand Carthon picture is cracking me up.
And to Joel's point, when he said the Cowboys get their players from the Family Dollar, they're closing some Family Dollars and some Dollar Trees throughout the country. So they better find somewhere else to do their shopping.
Well, we'll give you the card to our scouting department who routinely shop out the $5 DVD bin at Walmart. And you can find you a couple of Andre Dillards there who panned out in 1 year. $10 million dead cap hit for nothing. The man gave up 20 sacks last year, and he's supposed to be a top free agent. Mike didn't even give us a heads up that he was trash for Philly. We should have known when he didn't make their starting lineup he was trash. Mike just let us sign that man a tip.
I think you better put all your rooting interest this year harder than ever into the Titans. I think you need to let the Cowboys
be the Cowboys. Yeah. Go ahead. Go sit in the corner. Think about what you did.
Put him in timeout. Now, he says, my Commanders are finally making smart football moves. We coming. Now, in the NFL, now Mike don't look so sold, but in the NFL, we have seen somebody like the Texans go from worst to first. The Commanders, I think the Philly and Dallas are too far ahead, but who knows? You could be this year's Green Bay, maybe sneak in as a 7th seed.
I got them third, just ahead of the Giants. Way too early predictions.
Yeah, Tasha, you've been on them way too early predictions. So wait a minute. So where's the Titans in the AFC South of this thing?
Remember, I said depending on what they do in this draft, I can put them at 1 back and forth with Jacksonville because Duval is always ready.
Duval is making moves too.
Yes,
and Houston has signed 14 free agents, and they brought in
that's gonna be a tough one. Yeah.
I forgot Houston is in their division. Wait a minute.
Houston signed 14. They signed the big name defensive tackle.
Sorry, brain freeze. I totally forgot. It's gonna be. I got Houston number 1. And then I'm going to have the Titans and Duval.
That's why I was so shocked when you said that because the Houston signed Danico Autry off the Titans. He was our best interior lineman.
They got Joe Mixon.
Come on, you still got Nico Collins.
I think Stroud's going to have an off year.
They like Houston. We have a problem. I think the AFC South is better when those two teams are good. Mike, you not sold on Houston?
I think Stroud's going to have an off year this year.
Okay, I received that in Jesus' name. Amen.
I don't necessarily think he's going to have an off year. I just think at this point they have good coaching. Remember, I told you guys, when you have a defensive-minded coach who can coach your offense against top defenses, you can't lose that way.
Yeah. Well, the reason why people have sophomore slumps is because it's the NFL, and so like all these teams, like the Titans. So you play the Houston Texans twice a year. They're like, okay, well, how can we stop C.J. Stroud now that we know what he does? And so they have a whole offseason to plan for him. I think this is why he has an offseason.
Right. He got film on you now, bro. Go back and watch that game in the shoe.
How many teams do we say that about? The Kansas City. You know what they're going to do, but you can't stop it. You got just like when they were saying we were stealing signs. So what? If we stole the signs, we still had to stop you.
We retired the GOAT. End of discussion when it comes to my Michigan football team.
They still gonna have to stop him, regardless of what film you got on. You got to stop him.
Now, Marcus Stone came in throwing a Monotel cocktail through your window. He said you thought he was going to have an off year last year.
I mean, it was the Texans. Like, who thought the Texans were going to be something? Like
it's almost our season, Marcus.
Stop it. We were just as surprised as you was, Marcus. Don't act like you weren't surprised. Although he did say Houston, but I think it's just because he moved down there. We ain't giving that too much. Cowboys will be lucky to win 7 games next year. Are you serious, Jarrell? Are you serious?
But I did say it felt like they were doing a reload. So
now, Tasha, he agrees with you. He said old Patty didn't have a slump.
Y'all know when you give players the money, what usually happens.
No, I done forgave you, bro, Marcus. I done told you. You said it. Now I done gave you your props.
Say it with your chest, Aries. Say it with your chest. We don't bite our tongue.
Man, what is an Aries anyway? Is that a fish?
What?
What is an Aries? What is that supposed to be?
We the Rams.
A ram will never defeat a lion in the jungle. Okay, Leo's rule, and I have no clue about zodiac signs. But okay, he said go check the tapes. Mike, let's go. Let's circle back and put a bow on Dallas real quick. You have no running back. You got Rico Dowdle and the little guy who's
no offensive line. You need offensive line help. If you don't re-sign CD Lamb, he out. So then you have no wide receiver.
You gotta get Dakota Rain Prescott's $59 million.
Rain Dakota. Clanger.
Damn that. Oh, wait. He don't put on his beanie cap. He don't put his hair in a ponytail.
Oh, he really did move to Houston over there. He said, "Try me."
Got bald in the chest area. Okay, all right. So let's go to Mike's point. He said they signed Saquon. They got AJ. He said they signed Devin White. He's a damn tackling machine. I almost said a Tasha word. He's a damn tackling machine.
Yeah,
Did you see
Bryce
Philly
Huff,
against the run?
Zach Vaughn. Come on.
Did you see the Eagles against the run last year? He's gonna shore that up. This is a very bad day for the NFC East. Now, here's my question though: do these moves, Mike, put them ahead of the Cowboys? Tasha said yes in the chat.
Absolutely. Yeah, they NFC championship contender. They are the representative. One of the two. I don't know who the second one is. I don't know what the 49ers are going to do.
Don't play.
I don't know what they're going to do. They still need to do stuff too.
Now, we did get rid of Eric Armstead. They let him go. I'm a little upset about that. But
and he signed with the Jaguars. Y'all stay out of the AFC South.
Y'all can take our GM, but y'all can't take our. Okay.
No. Let Rand cook. Don't make me put Kenny that picture back up there. You see him in the chef outfit. He cooking over there in Tennessee. He cooking. We back. We are back. Now, are the Eagles back, Tasha? Would you put them ahead of Detroit?
You know what? With these offseason moves, I can honestly say yes, because no one's going to tell me that Jalen Hurts was not hurt last year, even though they didn't really say it. We all saw with our eyes that boy wasn't playing like he did the previous year. It's like Mike said, you got three teams. You got the Lions, you got the 49ers, you got the Eagles, you got three top tier, and the Packers of Green Bay, who
just signed a big time running back, the guy from the Raiders. NFC gonna be tough. Wait a minute, my pops got some smoke for you, Mike. Hold on, my daddy said, hold on, he doesn't think so because Barkley is injury prone. Are you worried about them hammies?
No, that was a little bit ago. I think he did fine, and you got to think he did fine with the worst offensive line for a run in the Giants. Now he's going to the best offensive line for the run. Come on, man.
Now, my daddy said he got damn strings instead of hamstrings, but I'm gonna back you up with a nerd stat, Mike.
How do I log out of this?
No, you're gonna stay logged in. We need your top five. We need your top five. Looking at the clock. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up and get to your top five because we got a heart out of 10.
Oh, I forgot to do the top five. Oh, wait a minute, let me pull it up.
That's okay. We can help you.
We got you. We got your back. Now here's my thing to back up Mike's point. Pro Football Focus said that last year Saquon Barkley had the second most hits behind the line of scrimmage, meaning the offensive line gave him nothing to work with. They said the Eagles led the league in fewest hits behind the line of scrimmage for DeAndre Swift. If this man ain't getting hit until 3-4 yards down the field, he still got a little wiggle left. Now I am worried about them damn strings, but now he said Green Bay's keeping Dillon as well. Green Bay, when they kicked that oblong shaped pigskin through a huge H, like that's one team that I'm like.
I'm listening, but I'm trying to type a list real fast, but I'm listening. Go ahead.
So we're gonna help her out here, Mike. Now, in honor of March Madness and the selection show, which goes down tomorrow, that I'm boycotting. And if y'all need to know why, y'all have to read my memoirs because I'm done talking about the 8-24 Michigan Wolverines basketball team where they lost 18 of their last 20 games. That's okay. That's okay. It's a setup for a comeback, and we're going to still be all right. We're going to get Jimmy King, and we're going to get Jalen Rose, and we're going to get
we're going to be 4 coaches up there or what?
Well, hell, okay, let me just say this before we get into the top 5. Ward Manuel, if I was you and that's Michigan's AD, I'm going to have to let you go to Juwan Howard. Y'all know how much I love Juwan Howard, but you're not going to get me fired. I got a family to support too. And if you would have kept Juwan for another year and it stunk again, then they would have came after your head instead of Juwan, and you both would have been gone. He had to pull the pin out of the grenade when he did. Juwan, you had your National Coach of the Year. You won a Big Ten title. You didn't embarrass yourself other than when you slapped that coach upside the head. But I'm just saying, other than that, for a first-time coach, you didn't do a deplorable job. You when you had talent, you did all right. But it's time for us to move the hell on, and I can't wait for this the next coach to come in and get this team together. Now, she says we're not leaving until we talk about the SEC tourney. Please tell me y'all been watching. You mean watching UT get bounced? And Kentucky get bounced.
Clang.
She said it again. She said, no, y'all gonna talk about this man's SEC tourney. Okay, clanger. That was a magnificent win against University of Tennessee.
That could be a shout out. How about that?
That was going to be my shout out. But
right, Mike. That's gonna be a shout out. Because see, these clanger women, that was a great game. But I will say that arena downtown is going to be empty with no Vols fans and no Kentucky fans for the semifinals in the championship.
So the ones who matter going to be there.
She says, I need a seat. Okay, well, you're going to have plenty of seats there. It's going to be like when Michigan knocked off Kansas in 2013 at the Jerry Dome, and me and Mike got to sit behind the damn coaches for the Elite Eight.
Jerry Jones right there.
Y'all had the towels on over your shoulder like this.
Right? I was catching the towels, wiping the floor off on spills. I was close. Right. That was a blowout, too. All those were some of the great days of Michigan basketball. We'll get there again. Now, with that, Tasha, can you please grace us with your top 5 college basketball coaches of all time? Okay. Where is John Thompson?
Okay. Stop. I typed the list as we were talking. I had to think. Number 1, I don't care who do what. It's always going to be Pat Summitt.
Yes. That's why I said that you want to talk about women separately. Yes, Pat Summitt's number 1.
And for the culture, of course, I'm going to go with Dawn Staley because what she has done since she has, what she has, like I said, for the culture, simply for what she has done to South Carolina and the basketball program there. We got
to mention her in the same breath as the Pat Summitt.
I mean, I said she's for the culture. I got the Wizard of Westwood. We all know the great UCLA teams.
Yes.
Even though I hate to put this on here, I got Gino Auriemma.
No, because he stopped Pat's run, and he shouldn't have been a man coaching in women's sports back then. We were segregated.
And we shall overcome. Okay. And then I do have.
Wasn't even the right word. Keep going.
I have someone else. I said Dawn was for the culture. I have Tara Vanderveer. Please tell me y'all don't
Mike,
know.
this is why I wanted her to do men and women separately.
Yeah. I'm like,
okay, because her women's game is so strong. I knew she was gonna do this.
And then of course I have John Thompson, Mr. Throw Your Towel.
Okay,
but we can also put in Jerry Tarkanian for what he did at UNLV.
One had the towel over the shoulder, the other was sucking on the damn towel.
Sucking on the towel.
Now, Mike, you had your hand up. What you got?
Man, I got Coach K.
Yes, you got to put Coach K.
I got Dean Smith.
Okay, Jamie would love that.
And then I'm gonna go hot take on this one. I'm gonna go Bobby Knight.
Yeah, I ain't putting Bobby Knight on.
Put up your Duke's troop, and I'm gonna play you like a flute.
Yes, Steph, tell your daddy I did. Tell your daddy I had the Wizard of Westwood on there.
Right. Now that's a OG that goes back. We were watching Final Fours back when the days. Well, it's always been on CBS, but back in them days when they had that awesome intro music, she said 3 up. Oh, she gonna get this in 3 upsets since 1983 in the basketball tourney. Did you know that Michigan hadn't won single game since that same time period?
Man,
y'all, I'm just flushing it out. I'm at peace that we have a new coaching staff, and at least next year I can go into this not worrying about if Howard's gonna get fired after every game. He deserves better than that, and Michigan deserves better than that. Can we just split and move on? But yeah.
I mean, he did it to himself. What did I tell you? Ever since John Chaney threatened to kill John Calipari in that live press conference, they wasn't gonna keep taking kind of these black men threatening these white coaches on camera. It wasn't gonna keep happening.
Oh, yes. And speaking of Pat Summitt, my late great, my dear Uncle Urshri, he did write a poem to Pat Summitt at the summit that which she did respond to kindly with a nice letter in return. Nice gem there, AP Coulter. I do remember that. He also wrote to the president, who also responded as well. That is a remarkable man. He says, Roy Williams, hold on now. Y'all better put him. No, Roy Williams. No Roy Williams. No, it's Dean Smith with Jordan with the baseline jumper over.
I said Rock Chalk first and UNC.
Okay.
Roy Williams had the best tan on earth, didn't he?
Oh, no Izzo. You stop that. No Izzo from either one of y'all.
I ain't putting that man on no list.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I ain't putting that man on no list.
They had one championship in 2000, and for some reason he's still the GOAT. It's been 25 years and he's been to a Sweet 16.
On no list I got either. I don't like.
Okay, all right, cool beans. Now, Mike, who you shouting out before you dip up out of here?
I'm gonna shout out to all the NFL fans. We are almost there. We can see the finish line. We got a little bit over a month left. Almost there. This NFL draft is gonna be top notch. Y'all stay tuned.
It is. I agree and I concur and I retweet. Tasha, who you shouting out?
Well, y'all took all my shout outs, but my shout out was to those Bulldogs of Mississippi State University.
Hey, they beat Tennessee's ass.
May they continue to prosper. Shouts out to baby girl doing her thug.
All right.
Y'all see her
behind the power bun.
There she is. See her behind the scenes out there working the tournament on the production staff of the pregame show. And there's that.
I told y'all she's gonna be in that seat when Molly Karam dip up out of there. It's gonna be the.
No, she doesn't want to be on air. She does production.
You're gonna be on TV. Damn it! If we tell you.
No.
Hey, Mom's agrees. She says the NFL draft is gonna be fire. Now, Mike, if you got to dip out for this, then we everybody understands why you would go 0 Dark 30. But I have to end. Mama, I know you've been asking for this segment for a long time. And I always wanted to wait until I had a real candidate. But today deserves a Shut the Hell Up award to be given out. And I'm about to give it out right now. So, Tiki Barber, your fake twin, I'm going to need you to shut the hell up. Now, Tiki Barber, going back to what Mike said about the Eagles signing Saquon Barkley, he goes on to say, Saquon, you're dead to me. You're dead to us. You're dead to the Giants. And then yesterday, he takes shots at one Ryan Clark, former Super Bowl champion, who's now an analyst on ESPN, and told Ryan Clark to shut the hell up and enjoy your 5 minutes of fame. I'm over it. I got to speak up. Tiki, you're the same person who went on a self-induced retirement swan song year where you told the whole world before the season that you were retiring. You threw your whole team, including Eli Manning, under the bus, said he was trash, said Coach Coughlin was trash, said Michael Strahan, said all of those people were trash and that you were leaving the game because they would never win with the Giants, only for the Giants to win the Super Bowl the next year with you sitting on the damn couch. They didn't change nobody but got rid of your ass, and they won the Super Bowl. Now let's get to Ryan Clark for a second. You just said Ryan Clark should enjoy his 5 minutes of fame. Should I remind the people who are watching that Ryan Clark has a podcast called The Pivot that won an Emmy this year? It won an Emmy, and he just re-signed with ESPN on the most lucrative contract for any football analyst. So Tiki, sit your irrelevant ass down somewhere. Your brother's the one that's in the Hall of Fame. Shut the hell up, please.
You'll never get there. Now, wait a minute. What did he say about old gap tooth wearing Michael Strahan?
He was saying that they weren't leaders and that they weren't good and that they were trash. See, here we go. Shut the hell up, Tiki. Thank you.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg. If y'all ain't seen Underdog, that's one of the lines he said. Oh, and old gap tooth wearing Michael Strahan.
Kenny says facts. She says, "Come on now, we gonna get hashtag STHU trending on Twitter today." That's just what I got to say. Tasha, you got any final words for the people?
No, I'm good today. I'm just what am I saying? I'm just gonna relax a little bit today. I actually did all of the housework, so I don't have anything to do today but to get caught up on Tommy. Hashtag Power Book. Is it Power Book 2 or Power Book 3?
Man, I'm sorry. Look, now I don't know. It's been so many of them. I done lost track of the powers.
Because I know, no, it's book 2 is Tyreek. I call him by the character.
What is it? The Bible? The books of the Bible?
I forgot you just started watching Power, so you don't know.
Good morning, Shamika Nicole and Stephanie. The draft is in Detroit this year. That's where it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all next week. Will Justin Fields have a home when we see y'all in 6 days, in 23 hours? Tune in next week to find out. Until then, peace. And go blue.